If you are looking to buy a new home or sell your current home in 2023, you might be in for a bumpy ride. Our economy is doing a number on the housing market, which has a lot of people staying on the sidelines, and for good reason. House prices are still up year over year, and interest rates have more than doubled in less than a year. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Unbelievable.
So in this video, we're going to discuss what type of housing market you should be prepared for in 2023. We'll also discuss what will happen to mortgage rates, when will be the next best time to buy a home, and what is our risk for a housing market crash. Hi, my name is Trenten Ward, and if you enjoyed this content or find any of it helpful, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to stay up to date with the latest real estate news, tips, and tricks. Okay, so let's talk about what type of housing market you can expect in 2023. Many experts are saying that we are still in the seller's market because technically we would need about 6 months of inventory for it to be one. In practice though, home buyers are definitely in the driver's seat at the moment.
Now, it's my turn.
Sellers are working with home buyers like we haven't seen in the past few years because there just aren't simply enough buyers that are qualified to buy homes in the current market conditions. And additionally, a lot of the would-be home buyers are waiting on the sidelines for the current housing market conditions to improve. New home builders are throwing crazy amounts of incentives to home buyers as well. Here in Dallas, and like many other places in the country, we're seeing builders give away tens of thousands of dollars towards closing costs and other incentives to home buyers. A lot of them have slowed down or have completely stopped building new homes at the moment as well. So if you're able to get one of these homes that they have already committed to offloading, you could find yourself getting a great deal. This is one of the many reasons why the sale of new homes is up year over year. If you are someone that's trying to sell your home in 2023, it might just require you to have a little bit of patience because houses are starting to sit on the market for longer periods of time, even in the best conditions. Make sure that if you need to sell by a certain time, you give yourself enough days on the market to find the right buyer for your home. If you need to turn around to buy a home, plan to use some of the equity to do some creative financing options so you can get a better term on your new mortgage. For more information about how to buy a home with high interest rates, you can check out this video right here. I'll also put a link to it in the description. So now let's talk about interest rates. Since inflation has started to cool off, we can hopefully expect that the large interest rate hikes from the Fed to do so as well. The more than likely scenario is that when the Fed has reached an interest rate that puts inflation in line with their goals, they will keep it there before drastically bringing it back down. The Fed has mentioned they're aiming to reduce the inflation rate to 2%, and as of right now, we are more than 3 times that. The last time the Fed is set to meet in 2022 is December 14th. Most experts are expecting the interest rate increase to be smaller than the previous increases.
Well, you may be right, but only time will tell.
There are 8 more planned meetings in 2023, and each meeting could be another increase depending on how the economy continues to respond to the previous increases. So now let's talk about when would be the next best time to buy a home. There are a couple of factors you will need to consider to answer this. First, let's talk about the first-time home buyers and renters. The first thing you will want to consider is how long you plan to live in the home. If your answer is more than 2 to 3 years, you should consider getting a home before one of these interest rate hikes hits you, but only if you're able to. There are so many benefits to home ownership, such as building generational wealth, tax benefits, and more that will make the home a good investment for you in the long run. The longer you can stay in the home, the better it typically works out for the homeowner. Now, if you think you may need to sell in the next 2 years, you definitely would want to proceed with caution. Home prices will more than likely continue to go down in 2023, and you don't want to be in the situation where you're underwater on your mortgage. To learn more about the benefits of home ownership, you can check out this video right here. Now, if you're planning to sell your home to buy another one, you'll need to understand that the amount that you will get for your home will more than likely decrease with every rate increase. You may need to sell at a particular price to pay off your existing mortgage and contribute to some sort of financing option to get your rate down, because more than likely the rate you will get on your new home will be higher than the one you currently have. So I would say to keep a close close watch on your equity. If you're planning to sell sometime in the next 6 months or so, you will want to start reaching out to your realtor to discuss a good game plan, because a move may be feasible now, but that option could go away pretty quickly if things keep going as they are. Okay, so now let's talk about what is our risk for a housing market crash. The first thing you will want to take note of is the Fed is controlling these interest rate hikes to stabilize the economy. If inflation was to keep rising at the pace it has for the past couple of years, it could harm us more than the rising cost to borrow we're experiencing right now. The Fed takes into consideration a wide variety of factors when it comes to how much to raise interest rates, including the consumer price index and the producer price index. Since the Fed aims for a 2% inflation rate, we can expect this is when they will stop increasing interest rates and eventually bring them back down once we have achieved it. Now, for us to really consider it a crash, this will mean that our prices are plummeting year over year. Since house prices are still up year over year and inflation has already started to show signs of slowing down, 2023 seems like the year the housing market will get back on track for a desirable inflation rate. Okay, if you've enjoyed the content or found any of it helpful, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to stay up to date with the latest real estate news, tips, and tricks. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, feel free to reach out to me if you have any real estate needs. And until next time, peace.